Children sing songs of heroes and martyrs. Outsiders often misunderstand Eritrea's story, expecting treaties and handovers, not a people's war. Eritreans built their freedom from the ground up, forging a national character defined by resilience and unity. To understand Eritrea is to understand that independence is the central pillar of its identity. This was not a gift from the world. It was Eritrea's gift to itself, earned through unimaginable sacrifice. Eritrea's fight for freedom began on September 1, 1961, with Hamid Idris Awate's first shot at Mount Adal. The UN's federation with Ethiopia quickly turned into annexation, sparking a nationwide revolution. Farmers, students, and workers from all backgrounds joined the struggle, united by the dream of independence. Women shattered traditional roles, fighting, healing, and leading alongside men. Their participation was vital, carrying supplies, nursing the wounded, and raising a generation that knew only the hope of freedom. The revolution's strength was its diversity and inclusivity. The liberation fronts, especially the EPLF, became more than armies. They were governments in waiting. In liberated areas, they built schools, clinics, and administered justice. They proved they could create, not just destroy. Eritrea's new nation was being built, even as the old one was being freed. This was a people's war, and its endurance came from the unity of all Eritreans. Eritrea's 30-year war was a crucible of suffering and sacrifice. Over 65,000 fighters became martyrs, and countless civilians perished. Every family and village carries stories of loss, binding the nation in shared grief and pride. Life in the field was brutal. Fighters endured harsh terrain, shortages, and constant danger. Yet, their ingenuity was boundless. Underground hospitals, workshops, and self-made supplies. Joining the struggle meant leaving everything behind: youth, family, dreams. The EPLF's greatest weapon was its fighters' dedication to an idea, not glory or pay. This culture of sacrifice forged an iron will and deep suspicion of outside help. Eritreans learned to rely only on themselves as the world watched in silence. The memory of the martyrs is a wellspring of strength, not just sorrow. Their legacy is a nation that knows its destiny is in its own hands. After 30 years, victory came swiftly in May 1991. The EPLF liberated Asmara, greeted by a city erupting in joy and disbelief. Families reunited, fighters returned home, and the long nightmare ended. But the EPLF sought legitimacy beyond the battlefield. They organized a referendum, registering voters at home and abroad. In April 1993, Eritreans overwhelmingly chose independence. 99.83% voted yes. The turnout was massive, sealing their victory with ballots as well as bullets. On May 24, 1993, Eritrea declared its independence to the world. This was a victory earned twice, through war and through the will of the people. The celebrations were not just for freedom, but for the validation of decades of sacrifice. Eritrea's place on the world stage was finally secured. The dream of generations had become reality. Independence was now undeniable. Some foreign narratives claim Eritrea's independence was a byproduct of Ethiopia's collapse. To Eritreans, this is a profound insult, erasing decades of struggle and sacrifice. The EPLF was not a passive observer. It was a primary force in the Derg's downfall. Victories like Massawa crippled Ethiopia's military and proved Eritrea's resolve. Eritrean independence was not granted. It was taken by force and unity. Outsiders often struggle to accept that a small nation, with little foreign support, defeated a regional superpower. Eritreans know their own history. They fought, liberated, and built their nation. The granted independence narrative strips them of agency and pride. Eritrea's story is not a footnote in Ethiopia's history, but the climax of its own epic. Their independence is a testament to unity and determination against all odds. The Liberation War forged the modern Eritrean identity. 9 ethnic groups, once divided, became one people through shared struggle. In the trenches, ethnicity and religion faded. Everyone was simply Eritrean. The EPLF promoted unity, equality, and mutual respect as core values. Christians and Muslims fought side by side, learning each other's customs. The principle of self-reliance, Warse Yikialo, became a national ethos. With no major power backing them, Eritreans depended on themselves. Discipline and community, born in war, shaped public life and national character. The liberation struggle is the nation's founding myth and source of pride. Eritreans define themselves as the people who fought and won Africa's longest war for independence. This identity, forged in conflict, binds Eritreans together wherever they are. Eritrea's liberation story is a living narrative, passed from elders to youth. It's taught in schools, reinforced through national service, and commemorated on Independence and Martyrs' Days. Veterans share stories, and the nation pauses to remember the cost of freedom. The message is clear. The struggle continues, now for development and sovereignty. The youth are the new fighters, building Eritrea's future in every field. The goal is a self-sufficient, united nation, free from foreign dependence. Passing the torch ensures the values of sacrifice and unity endure. Eritrea's history is not just a lesson, it's a guide for the future. Independence brought new challenges, most notably the border war with Ethiopia from 1998 to 2000. The conflict cost thousands of lives and led to a prolonged state of no war, no peace. Eritrea's government imposed indefinite national service and strict controls, citing security. These policies have led to criticism, isolation, and a wave of youth emigration. Yet, the spirit of resilience endures. Eritrea has made progress in health and education, often with minimal foreign aid. Infrastructure projects continue, aiming for self-sufficiency despite hardship. The 2018 peace agreement with Ethiopia brought hope, but challenges remain. Eritrea's pride and independence are unshaken, even as it faces economic and political trials. The same unity that won independence is now tested in the struggle for peace and prosperity. Eritrea's story proves that freedom is earned, not given. Ordinary people, not diplomats, wrote this history through sacrifice and unity. Attempts to downplay their achievement miss the relentless struggle and strategic brilliance behind it. Independence is the bedrock of Eritrean identity and pride. The lessons of self-reliance and unity continue to guide the nation. Today's generation must build on this legacy, not with guns, but with hard work and innovation. Eritrea's journey is both a message of hope and a warning. Independence is only the beginning. The struggle for a just, prosperous society never ends. The future is uncertain, but the spirit forged in war endures. Eritrea's destiny belongs to